From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Superdome in New Orleans. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll buy some time right. And that's complete to Cooks. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Saints at a perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Trying the left side with Kamara. And space tough to come by there. So to get maybe a yard to the 37. You look at this Buffalo defense. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB. It easily move into the top 5.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Chris Olave, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon. A point after, good by Groupie. And that makes the score 7-0. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And he returns this to the 22. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Off play action. Allen. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 37. A big play here for Buffalo. And even 40 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And a second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
And it's incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They run for the first time with James Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here is third and quite a ways. Allen. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Cook up the gut. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Allen. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Tyquan Thornton, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Bills are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. Crossing route complete. Catch made by Cooks. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Coming left is Kamara. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And a stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Under a minute to go, clock running, and a back-and-forth first quarter of play. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. You look at this Buffalo defense. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
You have to like the way that they've played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
Sliding out of the pocket. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. Here comes the Saints punter now. Back deep to return is K.J. Hamler. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
Here now, 2nd and 4. And Chubb will try the middle here. Showed some solid running, strong running, and then he's corralled just beyond the 10. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have the first down here as he's up to the 15.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Allen going to throw. Flushed out right. Oh, wide open, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Allen off the play fake. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
Back to the ground, Cook. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. A man who played his college ball in Tallahassee. Here's Cam Akers. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
Now Allen. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dawson Knox, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills have taken the lead. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open. He has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Allen will try to throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, Focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first.
And they'll use him out in the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Alvin Kamara reeling it in on back-to-back plays. And he is going to lose yardage here. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And Jamian Sherwood there to make the stop. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
All right, rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Play action. Now it's Allen. He's able to get it to Coleman. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On play action, Allen. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. The try for 2 is successful, and it pushes the lead up to a field goal. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And that's a lesson learned from the previous drive. Last time he forced one, and it turned into a pick six. Here, he knows better, and he just throws that one away.
From the gun, it's Allen. He'll air this one toward Coleman. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit to prevent him from making another catch to his big start.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before half for Allen. He's going to let it go again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Allen now looks to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Allen. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fielded at the 43. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. On play action, they'll throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Brandon Cooks with career touchdown number 70. And the Saints are able to widen their advantage. Groupie able to add the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Throwing now is Allen. And that will be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
The Bills send the punter out, standing just outside his own goal line. Returnable here from the 38.
So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return.
And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
This 2nd and 4.
He'll look to throw.
Slant pass complete to Olave.
They only get 5 out of that quick slant, but that's good enough for a first. Kamara up the middle. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Now 2nd and 9.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big play that time on the catch and run. 36 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw.
That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans.
A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Saints will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Groupie for the extra point.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Off the bootleg, Allen
has his man. It's Shakir.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the 3rd quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a 1st down.
On play action, Allen.
Completes to Shakir once again.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
That's the end of the third quarter.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Allen. That'll be complete to Cook. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. So a decent gain there, but not their 4th consecutive first down like they had on the first 3 plays.
You sound almost disappointed there. You want to fire the offensive coordinator on that one or what?
They'd gotten into a rhythm. I thought they were just going to keep going.
Well, almost a win for the defense, but if that's your win, you're not doing very well right now.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Allen going to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Keon Coleman from 3 yards out. And the Bills have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Here's Bass now for the extra point. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good.
Bills 19. To kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And able to get this to the 31. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Kamara gets it again on second down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 58 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Second down and 4. A give. This is Kamara. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll run again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Saints are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. Here's Groupie for the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Allen. Working the middle here, that's complete to Knox, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Here's Allen. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Allen to throw once more. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Allen. Right side, Thornton with it. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. The Bills' passing game getting them down the field. They've got another first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And again, it's Allen. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now Allen. This is caught. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Now this likely a must-have, 3rd and goal. Here's Allen to throw it. They'll roll him out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. One final try here for Allen. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Saints able to come up with a goal line stand. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles, the final seconds of the 4th quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for New Orleans, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Bills, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.